This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Porcfest.com.
I'm Bill O'Brien, Executive Director of the New Hampshire Legal Rights Foundation, and we're a
You're from where?
Well, I'm from Mount Vernon, and
Okay.
the New Hampshire Legal Rights Foundation is a new forum group that's intended to promote and educate on individual rights, federalism, and limited government.
And you guys are upset about, there's a constitutional amendment that was voted on in 2006 that sort of provides for closer representation that's closer to the people. And most of us Free Staters, favor that amendment. I voted for it. And you're saying they're just failing to enforce it?
Right. The amendment was passed overwhelmingly back in November 2006, and we have waited, I think, with a lot of the 70+% of voters who went for this amendment for it to be implemented. We watched the legislation in the House in 2007 that unfortunately went down to defeat. We watched a bill that came over from the Senate to the House and was defeated in January. And at that point, we realized that this is something that, unfortunately, I think the courts are going to have to intervene in, not for the purposes of doing redistricting, but to tell the legislature to do its job, to redistrict in accordance with the constitutional amendment.
What do you think will change in New Hampshire if they go ahead and start enforcing this and making this really happen?
Well, we're going to return to the representation we had in the past. And in the past, you would see your state rep anytime you were out and about in your town. You'd go to the general store, you'd go to a town meeting, you'd go to the transfer station or the dump, and you'd see the people representing you. Now we don't have that. So the change will be a return to the system where if I don't like what's going on in Concord, I can talk to my neighbor and ask him or her to change it.
Now, just to summarize a little bit, the bill basically, as I understand it, makes it so that you're more likely to have like an individual who is your rep, as opposed to right now, I lose track, I have like 5, 6 different people who are sort of my rep, but there's supposed to be just a much more closer representation where that one rep really represents a group of exactly 3,000 to 5,000 people or whatever, and that's your rep. That's why it would bring things closer to the people. But again, apparently not being enforced. So, Mr. O'Brien, what's the next step in this battle?
Well, the next step is, after we have filed it, which we did this couple of days ago, is the court's going to set up a hearing. We've asked for an expedited hearing in order to not delay any of the filings for state rep, not to delay the primary, not to delay, of course, the general election. So we hope to have that hearing over the next couple of days or so.
And that's what you're here for today, actually?
We're here today in order to talk to you and some other members of the press about what we're doing.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for the good work.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Take care. Did you enjoy the 2008 New Hampshire Liberty Forum? Would you like a cheaper, more social opportunity to see New Hampshire and meet the porcupines? Well, now's the time to make plans for Porcfest 08. We're holding it at Gunstock Mountain Resort, June 9th through the 15th. We'll be doing a lot of this, a lot of this, and a lot of this. When it's over, you'll know whether New Hampshire and the Free State Project are for you. However, Laconia Bike Week starts the week of the 14th, so campsites and hotels will likely sell out. Make your reservations today. Details are at porcfest.com under the lodging section.